As the heavyweight division, which is mightily in disarray at the moment, begins to slowly clear itself up on the heels of this past Saturday's fight between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte, we wait to see things sort themselves out amongst heavyweight disarray. Let's talk about it. The heavyweight landscape, the top of the division, where we see champions Tyson Fury, WBC heavyweight champion, and Alexander Usyk, who holds IBF, WBA, WBO championships of the world, ready to face off in a final showdown. Dillian Whyte challenging Tyson Fury with his second defense of the heavyweight title of the WBC, and Anthony Joshua, who relinquished his titles to Alexander Usyk in his last fight. This final four makes up the top of the heap with the heavyweight landscape. This past Saturday, April 23rd, saw Fury take on Dillian Whyte, the man of 1,000 days of waiting for his shot at the WBC title. Earlier in the week, during press conference and weigh-in, he would go about telling anyone who would listen how long he had been waiting for the title shot. And once he received it, he showed the world what a title shot really meant to him by succumbing to Tyson Fury within 6 rounds, being knocked out by a punch that seems to be his Achilles, a right uppercut from Tyson Fury. Fury, who entered the bout, trimmed down for Tyson out of his last 3 fights, weighing in at 264 pounds. Now has a record of 32-0 with 1 draw and 23 KOs. After the fight, stated this is it for him. This is his swan song. He is now going to retire. There is still unfinished business in the heavyweight division. Originally, he was interested in a unification match, possibly against the winner, Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. But now that doesn't seem to be the case. With everything that's going on in the world, both near and far, Usyk's attentions are divided, and we can talk about that. But what about Dillian Whyte? He who sought this, who wanted it so badly, and now at the age of 35 finds himself 28-3 with 19 KOs. Each of Whyte's losses have come by way of KO. The man does not fare well against uppercuts. His loss to Anthony Joshua, the bout was ended with an uppercut by Joshua. His loss to Alexander Povetkin was ended with a left uppercut from Povetkin. and now with Fury, who has never really been known as a huge puncher, grazed White with a right uppercut off of a jab and sent him reeling to the canvas. He couldn't make the count. He was too wobbly. The referee had to stop the bout. Now, Usyk, who holds the other 3 titles, currently has been relieved of his duties serving in the Ukraine conflict with Russia, will enter his rematch with Joshua with a record of 19-0 and 13 KOs. He appears to be the best boxer out of these men, but he's also the smallest guy, having moved up from cruiserweight, and we will have to see exactly how things are going to work out for him. With his divided attentions, will he be able to truly focus on his rematch with Anthony Joshua? This might give Joshua an opportunity to have something going in positive in his favor, because Joshua's confidence has definitely been shattered. There are questions about whether he will be able to return to glory after Usyk defeated him by outboxing him and taking the bigger man tactic and strategy directly out of Joshua's hands. So what could he do besides land a huge punch in a rematch that could give him glory? He's now 24-2 with 22 KOs, each of his 2 losses coming by way of knockout, first to Andy Ruiz, and then secondly to Usyk. Now, Usyk didn't knock him out per se, but in the last round, with mere seconds to go, Joshua looked on the ropes and looked like he for surely was going down before the bell rang early, and he slumped into his corner as if he absolutely had nothing else to give. The one thing that these men do have to give is an opportunity toward an undisputed heavyweight champion. And with the landscape being so fragile, the old saying used to be, as so go the heavyweights, so go the sport of boxing. Will we be able to see that? Fury announcing that he's going to retire. I don't 100% believe that, but there are things going on behind the scenes with associates and affiliations of his that he may not know exactly what's the next step to make, so he may back away from the sport for a while. I don't know that he'll vacate the title right away. He can hold on to it for a bargaining piece. But Usyk and Joshua now will come together sometime this year. An official date hasn't been named, but when they do, this is for a unified title where someone will definitely have a huge bargaining chip to beckon Fury with. Usyk-Fury fight is of great interest because of the contrast of styles, but an AJ and Fury fight, another all-England type heavyweight championship, could rival the fight that once took place between Frank Bruno and Lennox Lewis. Will we see it? Who knows? But this has to straighten itself out, and we need settlement at the top of the heavyweight division so that the rest of boxing can fall into place. Once that happens, boxing will be on a smooth path for a minute, because it's never smooth in the sport of boxing. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is all I have for you at this time. leave comments. Let me know what you think about the state of the heavyweight division. 1 man down, 3 men still stand. We need settlement here. Peace to everyone out there, and to everyone, please remain safe.